Hello students. See, in the previous video we did question number 7 of exercise 12a. We are doing 12a midpoint theorem. Now, as I told you, this chapter is completely proof based, so all the sums will have proofs. We have done question number 1 to 7, all the sums. Now I'll be doing a selective sums. I'll do question number 8 and 9 also. After that I'll do selective sums because all the sums do not come in exam, and in fact the school will also give you which sums will come and which not. Let's do question number 8. I'll draw the diagram. Keep the textbooks in front of you. See, they have given that ABCD is a quadrilateral, okay, and we have to prove that this figure, that is EFGH, is a rhombus. Okay, see this is the diagonal. Just darken it a little bit. Now we have to prove that EFGH is a rhombus. Rhombus means opposite sides, all sides are equal. In rhombus, all sides are equal. Okay, and in the question it is given that AD is equals to BC. This side AD is equals to BC, and this EFGH, all are midpoints. So E, F, G and H are midpoints. Midpoints of, see, E is the midpoint of this side AB, F is a midpoint of this side BD, H is a midpoint of this side AC, and G is the midpoint of CD. So you understand that H is a midpoint means these both are equal, F is a midpoint means these two are equal, correct? E is a midpoint and G is the midpoint. Okay, so how to solve this sum? In this sum we have to apply the midpoint theorem 4 times in different triangles. So now carefully observe the triangles which I am asking you to see. Look at this triangle. You can see this triangle here, okay, like this triangle here. Now in this triangle, E and F both are midpoints, correct? See this, I am talking about this triangle like this, okay. E and F both are midpoints. If E and F, see, F is a midpoint of BD, E is a midpoint of AB. It is given in the question. And if E and F are midpoints, that means EF is parallel to AD and EF is half of AD. Correct? EF is parallel to AD and EF is half of AD. Understood? So let's write it in words. Just a second. So I will write, for in triangle ABD, EF is half of AD. Reason, midpoint theorem. Okay, so which triangle did we observe? We saw this triangle. Okay, now look at this triangle here. In this triangle this line, E is the midpoint and H is the midpoint. Correct? This both are midpoint. Look at this triangle like this. E is the midpoint and H is the midpoint. That means this line EH is parallel to BC and EH is half of BC because these both are midpoints. Okay. See, every time you won't have triangle like this where you can easily tell that this is half of this. Triangles will be inverted, will be horizontal, will be vertical. Okay, so here you see triangle is like this. This is the base. This is the line passing through the midpoint. So E and F both are midpoint. That means E and H both are midpoints. So EH is half of BC. Correct? So let's write the name of the triangle. In triangle BAC, I can say EH is half of BC. Okay. Next. Now we have done this. Now look at this triangle. You can see the triangle here. I'll cover this like this. This triangle. Here in this triangle, if you see that this is the base and F and G are midpoints. Okay, it is like this. Triangle is like this. Okay, this is the triangle. So F and G are midpoints. If F and G are midpoints, means this FG is parallel to BC and this FG is half of BC. Correct? In triangle BDC, this FG is half of BC. So I will write in triangle BDC, FG is half of BC. Okay? And the last one. Last one is this triangle here. Okay? So this is the side. So if you observe in this triangle, this HG is half of AD, correct? Because G and H both are midpoints. H is the midpoint of this line, G is the midpoint of this line. So H and G both are midpoints. That means HG is parallel to AD and HG is half of AD. So in triangle ACD, HG is half of AD. I have written HG is half of AD. So now, how did I come to know where to apply midpoint theorems? See, I had to prove this EFGH is a rhombus, correct? So I used one sides of this. First I used this side. This side is half of BC. Then I used this side. This side EF is half of AD. Then I used this GF is half of CB and HG is half of AD. Okay, so this is how I made triangles. Now, but in the question it is told that AD is equals to BC. This AD and BC are equal. That means, see, you have got EF as half AD, EH is half BC, FG is half BC and HG is half AD. But this AD and BC are equal. Okay, in the question only it was given that AD and BC are equal. The reason here is midpoint theorem. Here also midpoint theorem. Here also midpoint theorem. Okay, and name this as 1, 2, 3 and 4. So if AD and BC are equal, that means all these four sides are equal. Correct? अगर AD और BC equal है, मतलब अगर AD 10 है तो BC भी 10 है. करेक्ट? AD भी 10 है, BC भी 10 है, तो AD का हाफ होगा 5, BC का हाफ भी 5, BC का हाफ 5 एंड AD का हाफ 5. मतलब ये चारों साइड सेम हो गए. करेक्ट? तो आई विल राइट हियर दैट बट AD is equals to BC, which is given in the question. Correct? Therefore, by 1, 2, 3 and 4, EF is equals to EH is equals to FG is equals to HG. All four sides are equal. If all four sides are equal, therefore EFGH is a rhombus. Okay? This is how we have to prove it. How did I come to know? Because I had to prove these four sides equal. One sides I took that this side is half of this side. Here this side is half of this. Here GF is half of BC. Here HG is half of AD. This is how I found applied 4 times midpoint theorem, and then I got that EFGH is a rhombus. Okay, draw the diagram and then pause the video and copy the solution with statements. Now in the question it is given that ABCD is a parallelogram. Parallelogram means opposite sides are parallel. See, these arrows means opposite sides are parallel. Okay, this is a parallelogram ABCD, and in the question they have not joined this BD, na? So I'll just write here join BD, and they have joined PR. So here is R, here is P. This PR is joined. Okay. Draw the diagonal BD, that means join BD. Now we have to prove in the first part that R is the midpoint of BC. Okay. Now how to prove it? In the question it is given that this point is Q and this point will name as, let's say, X. This point I named as X. And one more information is given that CQ is 1/4 of AC. CQ is 1/4 of AC. This information is given in the question. Okay. Now, how do we find it? See, we know that P is the midpoint of DC. This is given in the question. So I'll mark here like this. P is the midpoint of DC. Now AC and BD are diagonals of parallelogram. AC and BD are diagonals of parallelogram. Okay, they are diagonals of parallelogram, AC and BD. You must know that diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Bisect each other means, see, let's say if there is a parallelogram here and you draw the diagonals like this. These diagonals bisect each other, means they are in equal parts. These two parts are same and these two parts are same. This is the property of a parallelogram. Okay, so here also if AC and BD are diagonals, that means these two parts are equal, AX and CX. Okay, therefore AX is equals to XC. These both parts are equal. If these both are equal, I can also say that ये जो XC है, XC, this is half of AC, correct? या जो अगर इस XC को डबल करूँगा तो AC मिलेगा, correct? This AC full diagonal, let's say full diagonal is 20, means this is 10 and this is 10, correct? तो इस XC को अगर डबल करेंगे, 10 को डबल करेंगे तो 20 full diagonal मिलेगा. तो I can write here like this, that AC is equals to 2XC. Okay, this AC is nothing but twice XC. Why I wrote this? Because see, in the question it is given CQ is half of AC. Now in the place of AC, I can write 2XC, correct? Here I can write 2xc. So CQ is equals to half, sorry, this is 1/4. The question it is 1/4. Half xc, correct? Now this 2 ones are 2 twos are. So CQ becomes half of xc, correct? See, here in the place of AC, I wrote 2xc. Okay, so CQ became half of xc, means this CQ is half of xc. ओके, व्हाट डज दिस मीन? सी क्यू ये पूरे इतने का हाफ है, मतलब क्यू मिड पॉइंट है, करेक्ट? अगर ये सी पूरा एक्स सी समझो 10 है तो सी क्यू 5 है, ये 5 है तो ये भी 5 है, तो इसका मतलब क्यू इज़ द मिड पॉइंट. ओके, सी यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, सी क्यू इज हाफ ऑफ एक्स सी मीन्स क्यू इज द मिड पॉइंट ऑफ एक्स सी, करेक्ट? सो आई विल राइट हियर देयरफॉर क्यू इज द मिड पॉइंट ऑफ एक्स सी. And in the question it is already given that P is the midpoint of DC. Okay, so even that information I'll mention that information also. P is the midpoint of CD. This was given. P is the midpoint of CD was given. Now if you see this triangle, which triangle? DCX, this triangle here. Okay, this triangle. PQ is parallel to DX. See, P is the midpoint of DC and Q is the midpoint of XC. That means by midpoint theorem, PQ is parallel to DX. You can say that PQ is parallel to DX, correct? So, in triangle DCX, by midpoint theorem, PQ is parallel to DX. Okay, this PQ is parallel to DX. One more time, I'll explain you. पहले हमने क्या किया कि AC का हाफ है XC, करेक्ट? और XC का हाफ है CQ, ठीक है? तो ये Q मिड पॉइंट है इसका, बेसिकली Q भी मिड पॉइंट है, P भी मिड पॉइंट है, मीन्स दिस PQ इज पैरेलल टू DX. अब देखो, हमेशा याद रखो कि व्हेन दिस PQ अगर इज पैरेलल टू DX मीन्स अगर मैं PQ को एक्सटेंड करूँगा तो इट विल बिकम PR, and dx को extend करूँगा तो this will become db. So this PR and db will also be parallel. Okay, see parallel lines में if these two lines are parallel, अगर मैं उनको extend करता हूँ आगे, so the remaining part will also be parallel only. Okay, so कितना भी extend करो, these lines will be parallel. So here if PQ and dx are parallel, if I extend them, तो PR and BD will also be parallel. Okay, so I'll write here that is PR is parallel to DB. Okay, now see how our work will be done. Now we know that PR is parallel to DB, correct? And P is the midpoint of CD. So in this triangle, see, in this triangle, P is the midpoint of DC and PR is parallel to BD. That means I can say that R is also the midpoint of BC. Ignore this part. This is a triangle. इसमें P मिड पॉइंट है और PR और BD पैरेलल है, तो R भी मिड पॉइंट होगा BC का, करेक्ट? बाय मिड पॉइंट थियरम, सॉरी, बाय कॉन्वर्स मिड पॉइंट थियरम, एक मिड पॉइंट दिया है और एक पैरेलल दिया है, तो आई कैन से दैट R इज ऑल्सो द मिड पॉइंट ऑफ BC. ओके, सो आई विल राइट दैट हियर. See, I am writing the name of the triangles also, so when you revise it, you can easily see which triangle I am talking about. By converse midpoint theorem, R is the midpoint of BD. This was the first part to be proved. Okay, second part is very easy. First part you understood. We have proved that now R is the midpoint of BC. We have proved that now. Now once we have proved that R is the midpoint of BC, again if you take this triangle, now this time P is also the midpoint and R is also the midpoint. That means this line PR is half of BD, correct? See, in this triangle, full triangle, P तो मिड पॉइंट था ही, R भी मिड पॉइंट मिल गया, तो अभी P R दोनों मिड पॉइंट है. इफ दे बोथ आर मिड पॉइंट तो P R इज हाफ ऑफ BD. करेक्ट. सो आई विल राइट दैट इन ट्राइंगल DCB P and R are midpoints of DC and BC. Okay, DC and BC. Therefore, by midpoint theorem, I can say that PR is half of BD. Or you can say DB, because it is written DB in the question. So PR is half of DB. This is proved. Second part is also proved. Okay, so see, in short if I explain you, first AC पूरा था तो उसका हाफ किया XC, उससे मालूम पड़ा Q मिड पॉइंट है, P ऑलरेडी मिड पॉइंट था, इन दोनों के मिड पॉइंट से पैरेलल प्रूफ किया, पैरेलल को एक्सटेंड किया, तो दिस आर पैरेलल, P इज द मिड पॉइंट, सो R विल ऑल्सो बी द मिड पॉइंट. नाउ वंस R इज द मिड पॉइंट, PR इज हाफ ऑफ BD. Sum is done. Okay, so draw the diagram, copy the sum. This is the first part. Pause the video. Second part. Okay. In fact, the first 10 sums are only important in this exercise, but I'll do one or two more, like at least 3, let's say. The 10th sum. See, this is a difficult topic. You have to accept that and you have to revise it accordingly. Okay, so it is you may understand the sums now while you are watching the video, because I am repeating the rules and steps again and again. But after a few days, when you open the book, you will tend to forget everything. So do not get panic and keep revising the sums, because once you revise the sums, you will remember the steps automatically. Okay. Now the 10th sum says D, E, F are the midpoints of side AB, BC and CA respectively of triangle ABC. So there is a triangle ABC. And D, E and F are the midpoints. AE meets DF at O. AE means this line, meets this line DF at O. And PQ are midpoints of OB and OC. OB and OC. OB and OC. P and Q are the midpoints of OB and OC. Means here is P and roughly here is Q. P and Q are midpoints of OB and OC. मतलब इस OB लाइन का OC लाइन का midpoint Q है, OB लाइन का midpoint P है. Now we have to prove that DPQF is a parallelogram. So I have to prove that this DPQF is a parallelogram. Okay, so to prove DPQF is a parallelogram. Now proving them parallelogram means basically I have to prove that the opposite sides are equal and parallel. Okay, even if you prove that opposite sides are equal, you can say that they are parallel. Okay, opposite sides. See, parallelogram के लिए क्या क्या conditions है? Remember this, learn this. How to prove that they are parallel? You can prove opposite sides equal. You can prove these are opposite sides equal, means two pairs. मतलब this side and this side should be equal, this side and this side should be equal. Okay. Second condition कैसा है? सिर्फ one pair of opposite sides are पैरेलल एंड इक्वल. अगर एक ही पेयर है ऑपोजिट साइड्स के इंफॉर्मेशन का, तो वन पेयर शुड बी ऑपोजिट साइड्स ऑफ द ऑपोजिट साइड शुड बी parallel and equal. So we can say that this is a parallelogram. Okay, so these are the two ways how we can prove parallelogram. This time in this question we'll use the first one. Two pairs of opposite sides are equal. Okay, now very easily you will get it. Just you have to identify the triangles properly. Okay, see carefully. Now take this triangle ABC, bigger triangle. In triangle ABC, this D and F are midpoints, correct? DF are midpoints. That means DF is half of BC, correct? They are given as midpoints. Therefore, by midpoint theorem, I am writing short form. DF is half of BC, correct? DF is half of BC. And take this triangle, smaller triangle here, OBC. So in triangle OBC, this triangle OBC, this P is the midpoint of BO and Q is the midpoint of AC. It is given in the question. P is the midpoint of BO, Q is the midpoint of OC. Means PQ is half of BC. Correct? So P and Q are midpoints. So by midpoint theorem, PQ is half of BC. PQ is half of BC. So now if you observe them carefully, this DF is also half of BC, PQ is also half of BC. Okay, that means this DF and PQ are same, correct? So I can write from 1 and 2, DF is equals to PQ. DF is equals to PQ. So we have proved one pair of opposite sides as equal. Now I'll prove the second side also equal. Okay, I can use the second method also to prove this sum. I can prove that these both are parallel, DF and PQ. Like let's do that only, that is easier. See, in this bigger triangle, this DF was half of BC and DF is also parallel to BC, correct? So here only D and F are midpoints, DF is half of BC, and right here DF is parallel to BC. Okay, so thus I'm reducing the sum. So first case mein DF is half of BC and DF is parallel to BC. Okay, in the second case PQ is half of BC and PQ is parallel to BC, and PQ is parallel to BC also, you mentioned. Okay, so see carefully that अगर ये लाइन DF BC को पैरेलल है और PQ भी BC को पैरेलल है, तो इसका मतलब ये DF और PQ खुद भी पैरेलल होंगे, करेक्ट? ये जो लाइन है DF, दिस इज पैरेलल टू BC एंड दिस PQ इज पैरेलल टू BC. तो अगर ये दोनों पैरेलल है BC को, मीन्स दे आर देमसेल्व्स आल्सो पैरेलल. So DF is parallel to PQ. Okay, so from 1 and 2, first we get that DF is equals to PQ and DF is parallel to PQ. Okay, see अगर दो lines है, this line is parallel to this line, this first line is parallel to third line, and this second line is also parallel to third line. That means this first and second line are parallel to each other. करेक्ट ना? फर्स्ट लाइन और लास्ट लाइन दोनों लास्ट लाइन से पैरेलल है, तो ये दोनों भी पैरेलल ही होगी. दैट इज व्हाट वी यूज्ड हियर द कॉन्सेप्ट. सो नाउ आई गॉट दैट DF इज इक्वल्स टू PQ and DF is parallel to PQ. That means one pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. Therefore, I can say that DPQF is a parallelogram. Okay. We could have done like this also. Two pair of opposite sides are equal. ये करता तो मैं क्या करता पता है? Extra for extra knowledge. See this triangle. BAO. This triangle. In this triangle, this DP is parallel to AO. because P and D both are midpoints. So DP is parallel to AO, and here in this triangle CAO, this FQ is parallel to AO. So you will get that FQ or AO same. FQ is half of AO and DP is half of AO. That means DP and FQ are same. You could have used this trick also, but this is better. This is smaller. Okay, the DF is half of BC, DF is parallel to BC, PQ is half of BC, PQ is parallel to BC. So that means they both are parallel and equal. So I can say that DPQF is a parallelogram. Copy the sum. Don't copy this. This is rough part. You can copy it somewhere else. Now I'll do the 17th sum is very easy. That I'll do in the end. It's the last sum actually. And the 13th and the 15th sum are good sums. I'll do the 13th sum directly. 11th and 12th sums, skip it for now. The 13th sum says that the question says in triangle ABC, AD is the median. What is a median? Median means ये AD अगर मीडियन है तो मीन्स दिस पॉइंट D इज द मिड पॉइंट ऑफ BC. मीडियन की लाइन जो होती है वो अपोजिट साइड को इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करती है. इट बाइसेक्ट्स दिस अपोजिट साइड. ओके, सो दैट मीन्स दिस इज इक्वल्स टू दिस. AD is median, therefore D is the midpoint of BC. Remember this. And this is E is the midpoint of AD. E is the midpoint of median AD. So E is somewhere here, midpoint of AD. A line through B and E meets AC at F. A line through B and E means there is a line passing from here and this meets AC at F. We have to prove that AC is 3AF. So to prove that AC is 3AF, let's do some construction here. Draw DG parallel to BF. See this line, draw one line here, construct one line here which is named as DG. You can do construction in geometry. Okay, so construct one line here DG which is parallel to BF. Okay, so DG is parallel to BF. So draw DG parallel to BF. Now, and E was the midpoint, so I'll mark here also midpoint. Now the sum will become easy. Only you have to identify the triangles, and we have to prove that this AF, this AC is thrice AF. Okay, so let's see. First, look at this triangle. DG is parallel to BF. Okay, look at this triangle ADG. This triangle. In this triangle ADG, EF is parallel to DG, correct? And E is the midpoint of AD. So this line and this line are parallel. This full line and this line is parallel. तो इस ट्राइंगल में, ये ट्राइंगल को ध्यान से देखो, ठीक है. only this part of the triangle. लाइन पैरेलल है और ये मिड पॉइंट है, करेक्ट. ई मिड पॉइंट है और लाइन पैरेलल है, इसका मतलब एफ भी मिड पॉइंट होगा बाय कॉन्वर्स मिड पॉइंट थियरम. सो ई इज द मिड पॉइंट ऑफ ए डी and I'll write only EF. EF is parallel to DG. Therefore, by converse midpoint theorem, F is also the midpoint of AG. Okay, F is also the midpoint of AG. तो मैंने ये प्रूव कर लिया कि ये और ये सेम है. ठीक है. अब now I'll forget this part. Now look at this triangle, starting from C like this triangle. इस triangle में this D is the midpoint of BC and this line DG is parallel to BF, correct? See, in triangle BCF, D is the midpoint of BC and DG is parallel to BF. D is the midpoint of DG. I am talking about this triangle. ये line parallel है and these two lines are parallel and D is the midpoint of BC. See, if you want, you can see the triangle like this also. If you are getting confused, look at the triangle like this. ये triangle है जिसमें D midpoint है और ये दो lines parallel है, तो G भी midpoint होगा FC का, correct? So by converse midpoint theorem, G is the midpoint of FC. Okay, G is the midpoint of FC. इसका मतलब ये पार्ट और ये पार्ट सेम है, करेक्ट. तो मतलब मैं यहाँ पे भी ये साइन डाल सकता हूँ. ओके, मतलब ये तीनों पार्ट सेम है. अगर ये तीनों पार्ट सेम है मीन्स दिस AC is divided in 3 equal parts. Okay, if this AC is divided into 3 equal parts, I can easily say that ये AF जो है इसको ट्रिपल करूँगा तो AC मिलेगा, करेक्ट. अगर ये 3 है, ये भी 3 है, ये भी 3 है, तो AC 9 है. इट मीन्स AF को अगर 3 टाइम्स करूँगा तो AC मिलेगा. ओके, सो आई विल राइट हियर दैट AF is equals to FG is equals to GC. Therefore, AC is 3 times AF. ओके, जो AC है पूरा, ये AF को 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे मीन्स AF FG GC. AS को ट्रिपल करेंगे तो AC मिलेगा. ओके, we'll do 2 more sums from this exercise, but not today, probably in the next video. And I'll give you a sum for practice. Try the 17th sum on your own. Try it. Okay, you should be able to do it. That's it for today, students. See, this topic is difficult, so I want you to read the theorem. This whatever proof I have given you, read the theorem and then read the proofs 3-4 times. Assume this proof as an answer. Okay, answers which has logical steps, but you will not able to recollect them with one revision. You have to at least revise them 3-4 times. Okay, so whenever you should see the diagram, see the steps, see the diagram, see the steps and how they have proved it. Okay, so these type of sums are important. That's it for today, students. Thank you.